Right, welcome. Grab a protein shake, grab your meal, because we got some 6 golden rules to go over when it comes to building new muscle tissue. Now, any questions that you have in detail, you can always ask me in the comments section. I'll be happy to fill that out a little bit more, but I want to make this a little bit more brief so you can get some good takeaways and then go apply. So first of all, name's Kem, and I just want to share with you some of my qualifications on the topic. So I'm certified personal trainer by the National Academy of Sports Medicine, certified in sports nutrition and exercise nutrition by Precision Nutrition. And I'm also a pro natural bodybuilder from the INBA, PNBA. I had qualified to go to the Natural Olympia 2021. And here's the trophy, just in case. To become a pro, you have to win a show in the open division, and you have to come in first place in the open division. I did men's physique. I don't claim to know everything. I had 3 coaches that helped me on the way to that victory. Amazing people, and I would not be where I am without them. And they also helped me get this, which is the best poser award on that day. I was just like in the zone, you know, when you're really focused on something. So I was able to become a pro natural bodybuilder, and just being a student of the game. And so all I want to do is just share a couple things that I've learned on my journey, and hopefully you can apply to yours. First thing, so being in a caloric surplus. So what is a caloric surplus? We have what's called an RMR or BMR, resting metabolic rate / basal metabolic rate. Think of these terms as interchangeable. Long story short, your body requires a certain amount of calories to keep you alive. So your body will burn with you doing nothing, just sitting in bed, nothing. Let's say your basal metabolic rate is 2,000 calories, okay? And that it can be 1,500, 1,600. Everyone's is different, and there's ways to calculate it online. It's very simple. But let's say for this example, it's 2,000 calories. If you want to be in a surplus, then that means consuming 2,100 calories, 2,200, 300, 400, 500, anything above 2,000. Now that you have a surplus, after you train, instead of storing it, your body has the option to put it towards new muscle tissue to help repair and grow the muscle back, because you did damage in the gym, right? We're not building muscle on the spot. We tear the muscle fibers down, give our bodies extra supplies. Think of the construction worker is your body. You give them extra bricks to build back the damage you just did. Okay, so that's what being in a caloric surplus is going to help you do when it comes to building new muscle tissue. Now, if you're in a deficit, there's 2 things you want to focus on if you want to build muscle in a deficit. So, right, let's take that 2,000 number, right? That's how much calories your body burns to keep you alive. Brain functioning, blood flowing, body doing its normal jobs, fine. Let's say, remember the 2,000 calories? So 1,900 would be considered a deficit. You'll start losing weight on this. 1,900, 1,800, 1,700, 1,600. If you're consuming that amount of calories, then you'll be in a deficit. Now, next time you pull up to a fast food restaurant, if you eat fast food, or if you know somebody that does, look at those menus. You're going to see how freaking many calories are in them things. And that's why people make fun of us here in America. Because, man, them calories on the fast food restaurant, I don't know what they putting in that stuff. I'll take the free smells all day. But, man. So, be very mindful, okay? Because it's easy to get out of a deficit. Very easy. Back to what I was saying, if you want to build muscle on the deficit because you're in more of a weight loss mode, you'll need to make sure you hit your macros. That's your protein, carbs, and fats. Get 1 gram per pound you want to weigh of protein. So if I want to weigh 150 pounds, I'm going to get 150 grams of protein in. I have my copious notes right here, by the way. Okay? That's number 1. If you're in a deficit, make sure you're hitting your protein. Number 2 is EAAs. EAAs are huge. Fully dosed EAAs are huge for your transformation and putting on new muscle tissue. Some products you can get 25 grams worth of protein for 0.02 calories or under 1 calorie. Now that's very important for someone in a deficit. Now, what I use is something I have 0 affiliation with and something I'm just going to recommend. Don't tell them I sent you. I don't have a discount code. I don't have a discount link. I don't have anything like that. Order it off Amazon. Get it at Lindbergh Nutrition. Get it at any kind of store. This is just a product that I use, that I stand by, that I do not have to be in any kind of communication with. I'm just happy it freaking works. And I'm just telling people about it. Just like if you saw a great movie, The producer is probably not going to pay you for telling someone the movie was great. You just want to share the movie with someone because the movie was great. So that's how I feel about this. It's called HumaPro EAAs. They have a pill version and they have a powder version. I have a powder version as well. Both freaking amazing. The powders have great flavor. And as I mentioned, 0.02 calories for 25 grams worth of protein. Vegan friendly, carnivore friendly, omnivore friendly, whatever it is, it is. Definitely have that if you're trying to lose weight, but really get that tone and that muscle to come out. Okay? Rule number 2. So have a hypertrophy type program. Hypertrophy just means enlargement of the muscle tissue. In the OPT model, in the National Academy of Sports Medicine, think of that as between, usually you'll hear 8 to 12 reps, but think of it as 8 to 15 reps. Where you're pushing, you're squeezing, you're focusing on the contraction. And that's another big thing, adding involuntary contractions during your reps. That's what you want to do with that, okay? Think of 8 to 15 reps. And also utilizing periodization, which means you can change your program from 8 to 15 and sometimes going above that, like working under time. Doing like 50 seconds of work, 45 seconds of rest, rinse and repeat. With heavier weights on with you and lighter weights with you. And you just do as many reps as you can within that time period, especially if you don't like counting your reps. That goes more into endurance, but I promise you, if you've been doing a hypertrophy program for a while and you're not getting as sore, you switch to time-based, which is more in endurance, you're gonna feel this whole new soreness. It's gonna be crazy. So, oh man, good luck doing all legs. Good Lord. Oh. Number 3, adding in safe/natural muscle building supplements. Okay, so safe/natural muscle building supplements, there's plenty. I would absolutely start you with EAAs. You can also start with your protein powders. You can start with things like creatine, and anything that really has research backed behind it. Like Chemix has great research backed behind it. Black Lion Research has great research backed behind it. Black Lion's one of my favorites. All their stuff is completely natural and something that you could absolutely try. So that's what I would recommend for those. Making sure to find supplements that prove their claims and have studies. So that's number 3. Number 4 is utilizing the different muscle building pathways. So the different muscle building pathways, think of, we have mechanical tension, which is just, think of this as just training as heavy as you can. Okay? Mechanical tension. That's one way to stimulate the muscle. Next is metabolic stress. Think of this as doing as many reps as you can. That's another way to stimulate and challenge the muscle and force it to adapt and to grow. Because our body doesn't know, we're in the safe environment, we're in the gym working out. It's like, oh my God, I'm about to die. I can't push this lion off of me, right? I can't let that happen again. I need to get stronger. Your body is just responding. That's all it's doing and adapting to the situation you put it under. Mechanical tension is training heavy. Metabolic stress is doing a lot more reps. And you can add in things like drop sets in order to really utilize that pathway. Next, muscular damage, which is like focusing on, so we have like a concentric motion and we have an eccentric motion. So sometimes people will just go up and down, not all reps are created equal. Come up, voluntary contract up top, slow and controlled on the way down. Up, voluntary contraction, slow on the way down. That's one of the best things that you can do in that department. Use those 3 muscle building pathways, and I promise you'll start seeing results, especially if you're following all the nutrition, the caloric surplus, the caloric deficit advice that I've given you. Next, increasing training frequency. So, you know how when these ladies get in the gym, like every day is booty day, right? They want the glutes, so they're hitting legs, they're hitting the glutes every single day, almost, right? And there is something to that. The body parts that you want to see the changes in the most, try to train them twice a week, if you can. Once a week is feasible, but especially like if you're getting in an abundance of EAAs, which you can take that up to 6 times a day. If you're getting abundance, you're going to repair that damage that you did a lot faster, and you'll be able to hit that body part again. So make sure the muscle is repaired. So if you're sore, don't hit it again, please. Make sure the damage has been repaired. It feels fine with all the movements, and then you can hit it again. So that is an absolute way that you could stimulate change. Then last but not least, sleep and recover. You staying late? What you doing on Instagram right now? Just messing with you. Yeah, sleep and recover, right? It's so easy to get distracted nowadays and just not get our proper sleep for whatever reason. Think of this as your body is construction workers. When you go to sleep, they're going to go and repair. They're going to clock in, put their hard hats on, and repair all the damage you just did in the gym. Think of they have a 6 to 7.5 hour shift. That's how long it takes to rebuild the damage you did. Now, if you do not let them have that entire shift, say you wake up, you get 4 hours of sleep or 5.5 hours of sleep. Anything below 5.5 hours is proven to decrease muscle and put you more in a catabolic state than an anabolic state. Catabolism, think of that as like destruction of the muscle tissue. I like to kind of remember like cannibalism is like humans eating humans. Catabolism is like your body like kind of eating itself or scrapping that potential muscle tissue you could have built. We want to be in an anabolic state, not a catabolic state. So let your body have all the time it needs to rebuild as much damage as you've done throughout the day. So that way you can use that as a compound effect, and eventually you rinse and repeat, kind of like brushing your teeth. Brushing your teeth, if you do it once, not going to see a difference. But if you keep doing it, your teeth are going to look absolutely different. You keep training and getting your sleep and getting your nutrition. You do it once, you're not going to see a difference. But you keep doing it, you're absolutely going to see a difference. So those are the 6 golden rules. You can watch this video whenever you want. And if our personalities mesh, it'd be awesome to work with you. And other than that, I hope that you got something out of this video. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. More content coming to help you out.
All right.